Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the ROKiT IO Pro 3D, and we're going to talk about the main reasons why it's worth picking up in 2021. But if you're new to the crew, make sure you subscribe, get notified. If you're already part of the crew, salute. But the ROKiT IO 3D Pro is a very interesting device now. It was released with Android 8, got upgraded to Android 9. It's been out for about a year now. I want to tell you the 5 things that make it worth it. And the first thing, guys, is the price. Now, this phone did release at a price point of around, $300 at the time it was released, because it was a niche product and it was filling a gap for people who like to use 3D devices like on the display. Now this does have a 3D display, but that's not even one of the reasons why I want to recommend it, except for the 1080 panel that it does offer. Now it does have a 1080 display panel. This is actually the case that it comes in, guys. So it does give you the specs here. The 5.6 or the 5.9 Full HD Plus display. That's probably the price and the Full HD display, guys. You also do get a naked eye 3D display panel, which I'll get into in a little bit more detail. 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, an 8 megapixel on the front, 13 and 2 on the rear. Octa-core processing chip, which is a P23. Now, this is a pretty cool case that it came in, guys. It was like something different, something I'd never seen before. This almost reminds me of like like a BMW logo. But inside of here, you did get just your screen protector, which is on the phone, a case, which is in another room right now, and right now you can see right here we do get your remover tool, your user guide, all this information that came with it, and the film right here for the screen protector that I did put on the phone already. And then also what comes in here is the remover tool, guys. And the interesting thing is that it did come with a charging cord, but it didn't come with the charging brick. So you got this cool thing to keep the travel with, and I think this is a really cool case to travel with. Like if you're the type of person who's always on the go and things of that nature, I think this is a pretty cool traveling case. But the main selling point is that this thing is $100 and it has a 1080 display panel. A lot of devices nowadays with the display panels are 720. This one gets plenty bright. It has a 3D panel underneath the 1080, which means you could watch these 3D content that it comes with, as well as download your own. Now this 3-month subscription for the ROKiT 3D videos runs out after 3 months of having the device. So after that, you would have to pay for it. But there is a way you can get a ton of different movies on here that I did download just by using torrent and things of that nature, and I was able to watch movies with the 3D, the naked eye movies and things of that nature. They do look really good on the 1080 panel. So the number one reason, guys, is the price, because this phone used to be in the 300s and now it's $100. And also the basically the the this device does just look, for the price, $100, you're getting this beautiful 1080 display panel, which is really good. I really do enjoy looking at that panel, guys. So that's the second thing, the price and the panel. Now the third thing is this thing actually did have some really decent cameras on here. So I want to show you guys how the camera looks, and it has some really cool features on here. So we do get panorama, HDR, night mode, beauty mode, SLR mode, which will give you like the SLR camera. Right here you can see when you mess around with it, you can adjust it to the aperture that you want. Right here I have 2.8 f, so right here it'll blur out the background and keep everything in the foreground focused. That's a really cool trick about this device, is it does have that SLR camera. So if you do decide to take shots with it, you can see that you do get that mode. It does take a while to render, but you can see Wallblock and Naruto are, they're on the background they're blurred out, and then on the foreground you can see that we do have a really nice image of this guy right here. So I really do think the cameras are, what the hell? I really do think that the cameras are really good on this device. So I'm gonna show you guys a quick, some quick photo samples that I did take of this with this device. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the ROKiT IO Pro 3D front-facing camera. Actually looks really good on the front-facing camera. Let me know how the microphones sound on this front-facing camera, but the front-facing camera does a pretty decent job. I'm actually pretty surprised how good it looks. Okay guys, so this is the rear camera on the IO ROKiT 3D Pro. So far it looks like it's doing a really good job indoors. So if it does good indoors, it's usually most phones do good outdoors as well. As far as the zoom, we do get 4 times. And honestly, it does a pretty decent job indoors. So if that's the case indoors, it's gonna do a really good job outdoors. And they just, everything as far as the photos just look really crispy. So this guy right here just came out really crispy. That was in my refrigerator in my living room, low light. Anything that I took, it didn't matter what I was doing, it just came out really crispy. But I just think that if you're the type of person who likes to take a lot of photos, this is gonna be pretty cool. You're also gonna get a 3D camera and a 3D gallery that you could only use on this phone, but it does come out really cool. It does give you 3D video as well. It's just some cool features to play around with, but I do really like the cameras on this, guys. The next thing I want to talk about is the overall, performance of this phone. Now, this phone does have a notification LED light at the left-hand top corner, which will turn green when you get a notification coming in your device. Now, for most people, this is a deal breaker. A lot of people did tell me that if the phone doesn't have a notification light, they're not interested. So here you go. You get a notification light on your device, and this is a $100 device, which is crazy. You also do get 64 gigabytes of internal storage on this guy, as well as 4 gigabytes of RAM. So let's test out the performance of this device and go ahead, take a look and see how well it performs. So like I said before, guys, this does have a 1080 display, and you can game on high graphics on this guy. So as far as the battery on here, it is a 3850 milliamp hour battery. It's gonna be pretty, it's gonna get you at least 8 hours up in the day. And the speeds of this gameplay are pretty decent. It's not the best in the world, guys. I must admit, there is some slowdowns here and there. It's not going to be as smooth as you've ever saw on any other device, but I will not cap. There's no lag on here, which is good. And yeah, it's hard to actually focus in on one thing and keep the screen still. So I would say that the gameplay is just average, guys. It's just average. It's not great. It's not excellent or anything like that. But one thing that I do really like about this device, guys, is the fact that you can move your apps to your SD card right here. So you can see if you go to apps, and if you go to, like something like PUBG or something of that nature right here. Let me see, where is PUBG? Right here. So you can actually move this to your SD card right here to free up space. This is something that's really going to be a clutch thing for this device. You can also update the storage to 256 with the SD card and use it along with your apps. I think that's something that's going to be really good on this device. So like I said, guys, the price is $99. You get a 1080 display panel, which is absolutely beautiful. You can move your apps to the SD card. The cameras are actually really good. You should see that from the samples that I did show you. the performance on this device is just average when it comes to gaming, but it's really zippy when it comes to everything else. Everything else is just really quick to get to. I mean, there weren't any, I didn't really run into anything that would make me not want to use this phone. The performance is really cool. It has those 3D cameras, like I said. The design language of this device is still pretty cool. You got those two cameras on the back, one for portrait and depth shots, and then the other one is the 13 megapixel, and then the front facing camera is really good. So in natural lighting and indoor lighting, the photos came out really good, but then they did also offer like a night mode camera and a super night mode camera, as well as a SLR mode. So it's just a really good deal for $100. Plus you get that 3D display and a really long battery life, and it was updated to Android 9 from Android 8. So these are my top 5 reasons. Let me know what you guys think down below, and then I'll get right back with you later, crew. Peace. See you later. Peace.